On a nice village road in South Korea, Lee Young-hwan rides his scooter back home. He pets his cat and goes inside the house. At that moment, his daughter Sua is watching TV. When Yang calls her, Sua turns around. But when she looks at him, she starts acting weird. It turns out Sua has turned into a zombie. But even though she looks scary, Yang isn't afraid at all. He smiles a little and says, "I brought you some yummy food." Since Sua is a zombie, she starts moving toward Yang to bite him. Yang quickly stops her and says, "You're the last zombie. The military is looking all over the city to find you, but I will do everything I can to keep you safe. I will try my best to fix you. I won't stop until I've tried everything." The story goes back a few months to Seoul, South Korea. Yang worked at the zoo as an animal trainer. His job was to train wild animals. Yang was so good at it that he could easily tame even the wildest animals. He even taught a tiger to dance. He also uploaded videos of his work to YouTube. Yang's only daughter, Sua, is busy with her studies, but she always practices dancing during her free time. Since she was little, Sua dreamed of becoming a popular K-pop idol and performing on stage. One day, Yang comes home and sees Sua practicing her dance moves. He says to her, "If you follow my lead, you could become a great dancer." He adds, "When I was younger, I was a really good stage performer." Sua laughs and says, "I've never seen such a terrible dancer like you." Then she points to the door and says, "Why are you coming inside? Don't you see the sign on the door? It says, 'No wild animals allowed.'" Yang, standing outside the door, says, "I am making dinner. Come eat soon." At that moment, Yang's pet cat is sitting on the couch and watching TV. The news reports that a zombie virus has suddenly spread across the city. And this virus is spreading so quickly that it's beyond control. Today is Sua's birthday. Yang's mom, Sua's grandmother, calls to wish Sua a happy birthday. Yang tells his mom, "You're getting old. Please stop drinking." His mom, Kim, laughs and says, "I already stopped drinking a long time ago." But right then we see her hanging out with her friends, chatting and drinking. After hanging up the phone, Yang sighs and says, "This woman will never change." Sua turns to her dad and says, "You're my birthday gift. I asked for tickets to the amusement park, but instead, you cooked me this horrible tasting churro." Yang replies, "When you were little, you would cry if I didn't make this for you. Now you're calling it horrible?" Sua starts teasing him and says, "Are you going to give me a gift or not?" Laughing, Yang says, "Check under the couch." Sua finds a box under the couch. Inside the box are tickets for the amusement park and a pair of headphones. Suddenly, Sua and Yang hear a noise from outside. They look out the window and see their neighbors, uncle and auntie, fighting. Early in the morning, such a funny scene happens. So Sua quickly pulls out her phone and starts recording the video. Meanwhile, the woman from the next house suddenly rushes into her husband's room and bites him hard. After drinking his blood, she starts walking toward Yang's house. Seeing this terrifying sight, Yang quickly hides behind the couch with Sua, but the woman keeps coming toward their house. She reaches the house and starts banging her head against the window one by one. Yang quickly tells Sua, "Go inside the room, fast!" By this time, the woman is already trying to break the window and get inside. Yang manages to trap her with the couch, but then he quickly grabs Sua and their pet cat, running out of the house. But when they get outside, they find the streets filled with zombies. Their neighbors, familiar faces, even school kids, and even a dog have all turned into zombies. With no other option, Yang quickly calls the emergency number for help. But then, he notices a message from the government warning everyone to hide in a safe place. Yang tells Sua, "We need to get out of here quickly and head to your grandmother's place. I don't think the zombie virus has spread to the village yet, but the city is filled with zombies now. Getting through them to the village will be our biggest challenge." But before they can even leave, they need to get off the local streets and onto the main road. That's when Yang realizes that a group of attackers is rushing toward them. Yang quickly comes up with a plan and tells Sua, "We have to act like zombies now." Father and daughter start moving like zombies. When one of the zombies gets too close to Yang, he pretends to get scared and backs away, but acting won't work for long, as they still smell like humans. So, their zombie act doesn't last. The nearby zombies smell the human scent and start charging toward them. With no other choice, Yang grabs Sua and starts running. In the chaos, Sua trips and falls to the ground. That's when an old lady zombie rushes over to bite her. Yang tries to stop the old woman with his hand, but she bites him. Luckily, the woman's teeth were fake, and when she bit Yang, the fake teeth came loose with her gums. Yang realizes that in order to escape, they will definitely need a car. He sits Sua in a safe place and then runs back to the house to get the car. Yang quickly dodges the zombies on the road and brings the car to Sua. When she sees him, she runs and hops into the car. After dodging so many zombies and escaping safely, Yang cheers in excitement. But Sua, instead of being happy, looks upset and tries to hide her hand under her shirt. Yang, alarmed, quickly lifts her shirt and sees a bite mark from a zombie on her hand. Sua tells her dad, "When you went to get the car, a little kid suddenly came from behind and bit my hand. I don't want to become a zombie, Dad. Please save me." Yang replies, "That kid's bite won't do anything to you. I'm taking you to the hospital right now." But soon, Sua turns into a zombie. Even Yang's pet cat is terrified when it sees Sua like this. When Sua tries to bite her dad, Yang quickly covers her face with a hoodie. He ties her down with the seatbelt, but still, he can't seem to control her. Then, when the seatbelt slips out of his hand, Sua's head crashes into the front of the car, and she loses consciousness. That night, Yang's mom, Kim, sees her son has returned home. When she asks why he came back suddenly, Yang tells her, "Sua isn't feeling well, so I've come to let her rest for a few days." Kim quickly goes inside to see that Sua is tied up, but Sua breaks free and charges toward her grandmother to bite her. However, Kim is no easy target. She grabs a stick and knocks Sua out, hitting her on the head. Yang and Kim watch the news, where the government announces that the zombie virus hasn't spread to the village yet. The government has formed a military unit whose job is to kill the zombies. Yang, with Sua, heads to a hospital in the city, far from the village. He leaves Sua in the car while he goes inside the hospital. Once inside, Yang sees that several zombies are already being held there. At that moment, several military soldiers arrive. One woman pleads with them, asking them not to kill her zombie son. Just then, her zombie son bites her on the neck. The soldiers, with no other choice, shoot both the mother and the son to put an end to the situation. Seeing this, Yang realizes that if the military or the hospital staff finds out about Sua, they'll kill her too. When Yang gets home, he hears on the news that the government has announced that anyone who hides a zombie family member will be arrested, and anyone who helps the military by reporting zombies will be rewarded. After hearing this, Yang thinks that if his daughter is shot by the military, it will hurt her a lot. So, he decides that he will kill her himself and bury her in the ground. Yang digs a big hole in the yard, and when he's about to hit Sua on the head to kill her, memories of Sua flood his mind. Yang holds his daughter and starts crying. Sua tries to bite him over and over again. Yang holds her back with his hands and says, "It's better if we die together, father and daughter." At that moment, Kim arrives and says, "Showing emotions won't help. We have no choice but to kill her." When Kim tries to kill Sua, Yang runs and stops her. Kim says, "We have no other choice. She could bite us at any moment." During their argument, their pet cat suddenly meows, and both Yang and Kim realize that Sua has escaped. They quickly start searching the village for her. They search everywhere, but Sua is nowhere to be found. The only place left is a small house by the riverbank. Kim asks her son, "Why would Sua come here?" Yang replies, "I have a feeling she's here." They go into the house, and sure enough, they find Sua inside. Yang tells his mother, "When she was little, Sua used to come here to play. Even after turning into a zombie, she hasn't changed that habit. This means the zombie virus hasn't fully spread in her body yet. Look closely. She still fears the stick you're holding. It's because you used it to knock her out last night." Thinking for a moment, Yang plays Sua's favorite song on his phone. Upon hearing it, Sua starts to dance. Watching her, Yang tells his mom, "She always practiced dancing to this song. This means she's not fully a zombie yet." Realizing this, Kim agrees to bring Sua home. That night, during dinner, Yang watches a doctor's video. The doctor explains, if a zombie bites a healthy person, the virus slowly destroys the brain tissue. As a result, the person forgets their memories and starts acting like an animal. If the infected person gets an antidote in time, they can return to being human. Unfortunately, we haven't developed the antidote yet, but we're working around the clock to find it. After hearing this, Yang says to his mom, "I think if we can bring back Sua's memories, the virus will weaken." Kim responds, "If she's still somewhat healthy, she'll eat her favorite food, eggs and rice." But to their surprise, Sua refuses the rice and eggs and starts eating meat instead. Just then, a car pulls up in the yard, and a man named Dongbei gets out. Dongbei is Yang's cousin, and they've been close friends since childhood. Yang invites Dongbei inside, and Dongbei says, "I heard there's a terrible zombie virus spreading in your city. You look completely fine, but I don't see Sua anywhere." Dongbei peeks around the door and sees Sua sitting and eating in a terrifying way. Realizing she's turned into a zombie, Dongbei says, "I need to make an urgent call. I'll be right back." Dongbei steps outside and dials the military's emergency hotline. Seeing this, Yang snatches the phone from his friend's hand. He says, "My daughter isn't fully a zombie yet. Please help me. I need to know how I can cure her." Dongbei agrees to help and takes Yang to his pharmacy. Yang shows him the video and says, "Earlier, my daughter was dancing to her favorite song. I saw on the news that if I can bring back her memories, the virus will weaken. I'll train her to get her memories back, just like I train wild animals at the zoo." Yang says, "How can I kill my daughter as a father?" On the other hand, Kim is giving Sua a bath. When Sua tries to bite her grandmother, Kim punishes her by dunking her in the water. After the bath, Kim puts Sua to sleep. Just then, Yang returns home and says, Dongbi said we need to leave the village by tomorrow morning. If we don't, he'll tell the military everything. The next morning, Yang wakes up and finds Dongbi sleeping in his car outside their house. Yang approaches his friend and says, You don't need to be on guard like this. We're leaving the village a little later. But Dongbi says, I've decided. I'm going to help you train Sua. Yang smiles and hugs his friend, saying, As your childhood friend, it's my responsibility to help you. Before the villagers wake up, everyone gets in a boat and heads to a small island far from the village. After a while, they arrive at the island, which has no people, and begin Sua's training there. At the start of the training, Yang holds out a fake hand in front of Sua to control her biting, but it's not easy to control her. She chases after Dongbei instead. Yang tells his friend, Just stand still and look into Sua's eyes. She won't attack you if you do. After a day of physical training, they all return home. Once home, Yang starts Sua's mental training. He says, If you like me, blink your eyes twice. Sua does it, and Yang is happy to see this. He tells his mom about it, but Kim replies, She likes you, but only as food. Just as Kim says this, they see Sua getting ready to bite Yang. When she tries to attack, Yang blows a whistle to stop her. However, what he doesn't know is that Sua stopped because she was afraid of the itching stick in her mother's hand. The next day, they return to the island for more training. Yang tells Sua, Morning exercises help regenerate brain tissue. Yang watches as Sua tries to exercise like them. He takes a photo of her trying so hard. That night, back at home, Yang writes in his diary, Sua did really well in today's training. Meanwhile, Kim is feeding Sua, scaring her with the stick. Yang writes in his diary, Our new discovery, if Sua's stomach is full, she won't bite anyone. The news reports that only 3 people have been bitten by zombies in the whole country today, and the infection rate is slowly decreasing. The report adds, Anyone who reports a zombie now will be rewarded twice the amount. But Yang doesn't stop. He continues to take Sua to the isolated island for physical training every day, and when they return, he gives her mental training. He writes down every picture and note in his diary. After leaving the busy city life behind, Yang enjoys the peacefulness of the village. One day, as he returns home through the beautiful village streets, Yang pets his cat and walks inside. He finds Sua watching TV. He says to her, You haven't eaten in a while. I brought you some food. Hungry? Sua tries to bite her dad. But today, Yang calmly extends his hand in front of her. Seeing this, even the cat gets scared. Sua tries to bite him, but she controls herself. Yang smiles and says, You're really improving in your training. The next morning, Yang is sitting in the yard giving Sua more mental training. He shows her his photo and says, This is me. Call me Dad. Sua tries several times but can't say it. Kim, watching, says, If you say it lovingly, she'll be able to do it. Kim then approaches and says, Call me Grandma. Sua tries, but she can't say it either. Meanwhile, their pet cat is calling Kim's name, which makes Sua angry. She glares at the cat. Kim is watching makeup tutorials on YouTube and tells her son, Look, Sua must be feeling down from staying at home all the time. She's probably getting bored, so go buy her some makeup. She suggests using makeup to cover up the green veins on Sua's face and then taking her out for a walk. With a list of makeup items from his mom, Yang heads to the city to buy them. Outside the store, he sees a group of girls Sua's age in school uniforms. Watching them, Yang feels emotional. The girls run to their teacher, Yoon, and when Yang sees Yoon, he quickly hides. Yoon, realizing something's up, comes inside the store and spots Yang hiding. She insists on giving him a ride home, since they're good friends, although they haven't seen each other in about 15 years. Yoon didn't know that Yang was married and had a daughter. When Yoon asks to meet Sua, Yang gets out of the car without saying anything. He's always afraid someone might find out that his daughter is a zombie. Later that night, Yang tells his friend Dongbei, I saw Yoon today. Dongbei responds, Yoon? Isn't she the one you had your first crush on? Just then, Yoon shows up and says, I heard everything from Dongbei. You got divorced and your daughter is suffering from a brain disease. You've been hiding all of this from me and didn't even bring me home. Yoon offers to take Sua to her school to look after her, but Yang avoids the topic, saying, Sua isn't mentally ready to go to school yet. Meanwhile, the news reports that the zombie virus is no longer spreading as quickly as before. The virus's strength has weakened. Yoon comments, I hate zombies. I killed the one I married with my own hands because it turned into a zombie. I've killed so many zombies I lost count. Hearing this from his first crush, Yang doesn't know how to respond. Back home, Yang checks social media and sees a picture of Yoon holding a sword. Yang is terrified Yoon had killed so many zombies that the government rewarded her. Yang worries that if Yoon finds out about Sua, she'll kill her too. At that moment, Yang notices Sua watching an advertisement for an amusement park on TV. The ad mentions an upcoming cosplay festival. Kim teases Yang, "I heard you met your first love today. The one you used to bring home to eat rice with when you were a kid and always said you'd marry when you grew up." Yang feels embarrassed at his mom's words, so he changes the subject and says, "Winter is coming. I need to go home to get some winter clothes for Sua." The next morning, Yang heads to Seoul. On his way, he notices people protesting. They're asking for the antidote to be made without killing those infected by the zombie virus. Yang goes home to grab a sweater. In his imagination, he hears Sua's voice. "I'm giving you so much trouble, right, Dad? But I'm fighting so hard to get better. I always wanted to join the cosplay festival at the amusement park and win the dance competition at school. But all those dreams remain just dreams." Yang replies in his imagination, "I'm not suffering at all. As your dad, this is my responsibility. I'll wait for you until the last day of my life, but promise me you'll get better and come back." At that moment, Sua disappears from his imagination. Yang then opens Sua's secret box and finds several pictures of her hanging out with her friends. In the evening, Yang meets with his friend and says, "Sua got really emotional after watching the park video." Dongbi responds, "With so many people at the park, it wouldn't be a good idea to take Sua there. If she bites someone, all our hard work will be wasted." Despite the warning, Yang persuades his friend with many requests. When Yang returns home, he finds Yoon sitting with his mother, having dinner. Yoon says, "Auntie's rice cakes are just as delicious as before." Yang pulls his mom aside and asks, "Why did you let Yoon inside the house?" End quote. At that moment, Yang notices Sua sneaking out of the room. Before Yoon notices, Yang quickly ushers his daughter back inside and locks the door. Yang tells Yoon, "My daughter starts acting strangely when she sees new people." Soon after, Sua starts making loud, zombie-like noises. Yoon begins to suspect something, and Yang quickly takes her outside. He tells her, "You can't come inside my house again like this." Yoon, angry, leaves Yang's house. On the day of the cosplay festival at the park, Kim dresses Sua up beautifully. Meanwhile, Dongbei comes dressed as a superhero. Everyone heads to the park, but Kim stops by the village president's meeting. The village president announces, "For the last 10 years, our village has received awards for its beauty and zero crime rate. This year, our village received another award, Zero Zombie Virus Village." Upon hearing this, Kim starts coughing, and Yoon notices. Yoon asks, "Why doesn't Kim's daughter go to school?" The village president replies, "You should send your daughter to school." After this, they all enjoy the party together. Meanwhile, Yang, Sua, and Dongbei arrive at the amusement park. First, they have their portraits drawn by an artist, and then they go on rides and have a great time. Yang shows Sua one of the pictures and says, "Try to remember, we were here last year too." At that moment, Dongbei says, "Did you hear the news? They're making an antidote for the zombie virus. We might get the antidote soon." Hearing this, Dongbei jumps in excitement and climbs onto his friend's lap. Meanwhile, Sua catches the smell of her favorite childhood food and starts walking toward it. She bumps into a girl who is holding food, and as they try to get the food, Sua falls to the ground. The girl tries to help her, but Sua gets angry. However, she doesn't say anything to the girl. Yang, on the other hand, starts searching the park for his daughter, who seems to be acting strangely. At the food stand, the vendor notices a girl staring at churros in amazement. When the food is handed to her, Sua grabs it and runs away. Yang quickly runs after her and hugs her. The vendor comes over and says, "Your daughter took the food without paying." Sua then exclaims, "Churros!" Hearing her say her favorite food, both Yang and Dongbei are surprised. Meanwhile, Kim returns home to find Yoon sitting inside. Yoon has read Yang's diary and learned everything. She says, "Yang has broken the law by hiding his own daughter. Your daughter has turned into a zombie, and it's wrong to show her so much love." Yoon calls the military. Kim snatches the phone from Yoon and says, "You need to know the whole truth. Yang isn't actually Sua's father. He's her uncle. Sua is my daughter's child. My daughter's husband was a terrible man. He would always take all my daughter's savings, and he abused her, never checking on Sua. Yang has always protected Sua because my daughter was always out working." One day, Dongbei called Yang to tell him everyone was at the party. Yoon, your childhood crush, was there too. Yang had no choice but to leave Sua home alone and go to the party. When the party ended, Yang returned home and his sister scolded him for leaving a small child alone. Yang promised he would never leave Sua alone again. But that same day, his sister died in an accident. After that, Yang never left Sua's side. He always took care of her like a father, but Sua's real father never cared about her. That's why Yang raised her as his own. Just then, Yang walks into the room. When Yoon tries to attack Sua with a sword, Sua tries to bite her. Yang quickly steps in and tells Sua to stay calm. Yoon, stunned, can't believe how a zombie listens to a human. Yoon says, Sua needs to go to school. If she can stay calm around others, I'll support you. If not, I'll hand her over to the military. With no other choice, Yang agrees to Yoon's terms. The next morning, Sua's grandmother gives her a full makeover. When Sua tries to bite her grandmother, Yang says, you can't behave like this at school. Yoon takes Sua to class and tells everyone Sua is mentally a bit weak. She can't speak properly, so please be kind to her. After leaving Sua in class, Yoon steps aside to talk to Yang. Yang tells her he brought some food for Sua, explaining that when she's hungry, she gets angry. Meanwhile, Sua's classmates try to talk to her, but Sua can't speak. She just stares quietly. They start moving her hair to get a better look at her face, but when they do, they scream in fear. Sua's black contact lenses came off. Yang rushes in and fixes the lenses in her eyes. During sports time, Sua quietly sits on the bench, watching everyone play. The ball eventually comes her way, and she picks it up and throws it to the other students. Her classmates beg Yoon, please, let her play with us. However, during the game, the girls purposely push Sua, causing her to fall. When Yoon helps her up, she notices that Sua is growling angrily. Yoon joins the game and passes the ball to Sua, but she misses it. The ball hits her head, and she loses consciousness. Seeing this, Yang rushes out from behind a corner and takes Sua to Dongbei's pharmacy. After a short while, Sua regains consciousness. Yoon comes over to apologize, but she only brought an apple for Sua. Yang, frustrated, says, you came to visit my daughter and all you brought was an apple? Yoon explains, actually, I didn't bring the apple. Sua's new friends from school gave it to her. Yang and Yoon look outside and see that Sua's new friends are standing outside. Sua waves at them, saying, hi, with a smile. That night, Yang, feeling emotional, tells Yoon, I'll do everything I can to make Sua healthy again. Meanwhile, at home, Kim is teaching her son how to play cards. She playfully places a card on Sua's forehead and laughs. Seeing her grandmother laugh, Sua starts smiling too. Just then, someone rings the doorbell. Kim opens the door and finds Sua's father-in-law, Seo, standing there. Seo shows Kim a video of a few days ago when Sua had gone to the park with Yang. A woman had filmed it and uploaded it to YouTube. The video claims that Sua is a zombie. Seo says, if we turn her in, the government will pay a lot of money as a reward. For that money, I'll hand Sua over to the military. When Kim tries to stop him, Seo forces his way inside and takes Sua. Kim tells Yang what happened, and Yang, running through the forest, reaches Seo's car. He pulls Sua out of the car and tells Seo, she's my daughter. You can't take her anywhere. A fight breaks out between them, and Seo says, Sua's video has gone viral. You can't save her now. It's better to hand her over to the government and we'll split the reward money. Hearing this, Yang gets even angrier, but the fight continues and Seo beats Yang, leaving him in bad shape. Seeing this, Sua gets enraged and bites Seo on the neck. Yang quickly runs to calm her down. However, when Seo starts turning into a zombie, Yang hits him with a stick, killing him. Back at home, Yang tells Kim, Sua's video has gone viral. The military is going to come searching for her any time now. We need to leave this village first thing tomorrow morning, Kim says. I'm coming with you. The next morning, Yang gives his mom a letter and says, give this to Yoon and bring back some churros from the market when you return. Then we'll leave this village for good. On her way to deliver the letter, Kim meets Yoon and they head to the market together. While on the way, Kim notices the military heading toward their house. She quickly tells Yoon to stop the car. As Kim opens the letter and begins reading it, she finds that Yang wrote, we have to leave without you, Mom. With everything going on, we can't bring you along. I'll always try to protect Sua, no matter what. Meanwhile, the military arrives at Yang's house and, finding no zombies, tells Kim, if you don't help us find the zombie, we'll kill your son, Yang. Meanwhile, Yang arrives at the shore. He's preparing a boat to take Sua far away to safety. Just then, a speedboat with police officers approaches. At the same time, soldiers from the military arrive and surround Yang from all sides. He locks the door and tells the soldiers, I won't let you take my daughter. The soldiers start breaking down the door. Yang tells Sua, bite me, and I'll kill everyone and escape with you. But Sua refuses to bite him, no matter how much Yang begs. Eventually, after repeated pleading, Sua bites Yang on the neck. By the time the soldiers break through the door and enter, Yang has turned into a zombie. As the soldiers aim their guns at him, Yang shields Sua with his body. He takes the bullets and falls to the ground. Sua screams, Dad! Dad! Hearing Sua speak like a human, the soldiers hesitate and don't shoot her anymore. As Yang lies there, Sua gently strokes his face, and he dies. Months later, we see that Sua is completely healthy again. She asks, where is my dad? Kim takes Sua to a nearby cabin. It turns out that even after being shot, Yang didn't die, he was in a coma. The doctors informed them that Yang's body developed antibodies. Using his blood, Suwa was able to heal several other people infected by the virus. During her training, Suwa would occasionally bite her father, but those bites would heal quickly. In this way, Yang's body had developed an antidote to the zombie virus. Kim gives Suwa Yang's diary. In it, Yang carefully documented every memory of Suwa's life as a zombie. While Suwa doesn't remember any of it, as she flips through the pages, she realizes how much effort her father put into turning her back into a human. On the last page, Yang wrote, "I will keep trying to make Suwa better until the day I die. I will show her what it means to be the best father." After reading the diary, Suwa can't hold back her emotions and starts crying next to Yang's bed. As time passes, the winter season ends, and spring comes. Suwa now lives with her grandmother in the village. However, Yang still hasn't regained consciousness. Suwa participates in a dance competition at school and wins the championship. When Yoon shows Yang the video of her performance, Yang's finger twitches. Gradually, Yang starts to recover. With this beautiful moment, today's drama comes to an end. Don't forget to let me know how you liked the drama, and if you enjoy my stories, make sure to like and comment to stay with me. Now I'm leaving, but I'll see you soon with a new drama story. Until then, take care of yourselves.